started the record. The blue light's gonna be really nice to have in the frame, like every single time we record.
I captured one, a real, live Will of the Wisps, and trapped it inside this microphone.
Oh, interesting.
Help me! Help! That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that. And the reason you can hear it when I put my hand over my mouth is because it gets scared when it sees teeth. That's if you're not familiar, if you haven't brushed up on your Will of the Wisps lore recently, they're terrified of teeth. That's what that goes back to like prehistoric times.
Yeah.
Like dinosaurs and Ice Age characters going, like that's what scares up Will of the Wisps. I'm so scared of teeth and Ice Age children. Mm-hmm. See? So anyways, we're here to talk about wrestling.
Yes. Okay, we're talking about, let me see in my notes here. I wrote down the episode title. The Poop Stinks. Season 5 episode, it kind of...
You say the episode "The Poop Stinks" as if it's like a joke. There's an episode called "Who Pooped the Bed." There very well could be a follow-up called like "The Stinky Shit in Charlie's Room." Like, it's not off the table.
We were talking about the gang wrestles for the troops. The introduction of Ben the Soldier.
Yes.
Fucking epic. And we are still in our cricket arc.
And the Maniac.
And the Maniac. We're coming to near the end of the cricket arc.
Oh.
We have 4 more episodes, including this one. So 3 after this. But
I mean, like, I could say it, but I feel like you and I both know what the end of the cricket arc is.
Oh yeah, it's a Cricket's Tale, 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I think we might have mentioned that on pod or not. I don't remember. But yeah. Why do you have a down face right now? Why do you have a scared face?
Yeah.
You were scared.
Because that's a fun one. Anyways, you're watching a podcast. Isn't that insane? It's called the It's Always Sunny in Hell podcast.
Yes.
1/4 conspiracy theory, 3/4 fan podcast. We watched The Gang Wrestles for the Troops. The premise of the episode is that, damn it, no one's patriotic anymore. And D has been text chatting a soldier who comes home, and somehow those two ideas co-align by that. I while we were watching the cold open, I kind of had a weird moment where I was like, huh?
Yeah,
because I was kind of like thinking about the premise, and I get it. I think it's not. It's weird, right? Because they've talked on the podcast about how certain episodes feel like they're like in a bit of a time capsule or are dated. That's the term they would use. Like certain episodes are dated. The one that they use as an example is The Gang Gets Invincible. However,
or like
I've never seen
parody episode or something like that.
I've never seen that movie. And to me, that episode works fine because it's like weirdly believable. Of like, there's a tryout for the Eagles. Like,
the one
I don't
that
know.
sticks out to me that it doesn't really make sense, but I do like the A plot of it. Is the one where Charlie is Serpico, and they like they're fake cops, like Dennis and Frank are fake cops.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Bums making a mess all over the city.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the A plot of that is them being fake cops. Yes. Is that correct?
I think it's like, it's weird because the title of the episode is Bums Making a Mess All Over the City. And it's like the premise is that there's the old, if I'm thinking of the right episode, which I'm pretty certain I am, is that old dude's like just jerking off in the alleyway and that's the cold open. That's it. And then D and Mac get like the red hats and the tiny bat and want to go on a crime spree. Yeah, it is that episode because the whole joke is that they go to the police precinct and Charlie goes to that same police precinct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
they try
I
and
think
do like
the
a red
plot is
thing. Like that's
I bet if you looked at the minute counts, that would be the A plot. Yeah. Yeah. That one's also kind of wacky. But the thing is about this one is it's kind of like based on this idea of like, oh, wrestling used to be about something.
Yeah.
It used to be like patriotic, Hogan, America, I'm a real American, fight for the rights of every man.
Hell yeah.
Hulk Hogan's funny.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, brother, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I have heard him go that like that, yeah.
But yeah, whenever we got, like, right near the end of the cold open, you were like, I've never really been fully into wrestling, but I kind of understand it. Mm-hmm. You know?
I can respect it, definitely.
Yeah. And I feel the same. I've never really been into wrestling, but, you know, it's like...
If we don't have a ton to say about this episode, I can share my proudest wrestling W.
Oh, yeah?
So I've got a cousin who is he's way into the WWE games, like so into the WWE games. And there was this time where he came over, brought his Xbox, set it up, and we played. And I was just getting smoked because he knew all the buttons and I didn't. But I was looking through the characters and I realized he had a custom character that was him. So what I did was I chose him as my character, and I was like, no matter what, you lose.
Classic.
That was my I brought intellect into the ring and left bored.
God. Okay, so there's a couple things about this episode. One is for theory wise, at least with me, is that you pointed out that the Maniac has a chain with a cross on it. He has a necklace with a cross on it. And in that scene that you pointed that out in, it's just really funny because he's like, oh, you boys, you remind me of my kids. And then they're like, oh, do you have kids? And he goes, no, not anymore. And then he walks into the bar.
Yeah, I thought he said not anymore. I think he says I used to or something like that. But it's very weird. But yeah, and also there is another, if we're gonna, because this is a crazy episode as far as like the amount of characters that are kind of very, I would put like, if it's like a tier thing, I would put the Maniac and Ben would be maybe the second to lowest tier, but the Maniac would be on the lowest tier. He's only showed up like, how many other times? He shows up in the one where D is getting conned, the fucking timeshare one.
Huh.
I think that might be it and all.
I don't remember him showing up in any other episodes. But then again, it's been a while, so I don't know.
The only one I can think of is Mac and Dennis buy a timeshare. Because remember, they're doing like the thing for Invigoron berries.
Yeah.
And then and that's the thing where he's like,
episode where they burn the apartment down and everyone's in there?
That I don't remember. Because I don't know if they ever necessarily wronged him.
I don't know.
But there's a funny thing. But if we are talking about the Maniac and his Jesus chain, when he's getting carted away by the cops, by the police, because he didn't pay his parking tickets, he just says, "The Maniac loves you." And there was something, as I was watching it, there was something very Christ-like about it. Like something, I don't know, like just the idea of like, wherever you are, whatever you've done, the Maniac forgives you because he's done worse. Wait. As he gets pulled away.
God. Fuck. I don't remember what episode of the podcast they brought this up on, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 80% sure that on the podcast they mentioned the Maniac in, like, maybe they were just talking about side characters that show up or something. And they mentioned that in that scene, they didn't plan on him having lines, and they just...
I didn't know this.
Yeah. And he just went on like a little bit of a tangent, and that's why he's like, wait. I need to tell them stuff.
So real.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like that.
But I'm not fully 100% sure on that fact. Bisexual Dennis Reynolds? I'm leaving it in your hands. If you'd so choose.
Another theory or another bulletin for the hell theory. That fucking laptop in the cold open is not real. That chat message that shows up belongs to no service or IP at all. It's just a green bubble that appears.
Oh,
is this like some kind of weird fucking Star Trek thing? Because, like, at the time that episode came out, there's no shot that any sort of, like, overlay system existed for any, like, chat service,
right?
On
Macs, you can have text messages like that. Like, you can send iMessages through your MacBook, and they show up kind of like that. But I don't know. I've never owned a MacBook.
Me neither. And that laptop very much says Dell on the bottom of it. Oh, yeah. Also, if you've been watching the show, everything looks different in my room right now. And probably will look even more different next time.
Also, I have this guy on my wall. Yeah. I don't know why, but Nico One Shot is looking really sad today. He's just staring down DJ Khaled. He's like, "You took my fucking spot."
What could you do to brighten Nico One Shot's day?
I don't know, but that's
maybe
not what
tell
we're
him
here
what
for
your
today.
What your, if any, line deliveries were in this episode.
I did write down some. I wrote down whenever the trash man is introduced, oh god, fucking Frank is doing the trash man. He's like,
inevitable.
I'm not want to be the ref. I'm the villain. Don't you see?
Yeah. Oh, and that could be tied to the theory too. Is like maybe that's like a guilt thing of like how serial killers want to be caught. Like maybe Danny DeVito is just like, oh no, I'm the villain. I'm the reason we're all trapped here. I'm eating garbage. But yeah. That is a really good you could be a ref. I'm not a ref, I'm a villain, you see?
And then at the end of the episode, he's the hero. He's the hero, dude. He takes care of the of the terrorists, dude.
The Taliban. Oh yeah. So any more line deliveries? From Cricket as the Taliban after he hits D on stage in the ring. He's like, "She is a slut." And I like that delivery so much. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. I've got a line delivery here for another shining star and also guest star, Artemis, after and
Artemis.
By the way,
is this the first time that we've had Artemis on an episode that we're talking about Artemis on?
Yes, it's the very first time we're ever talking about Artemis.
Hell yeah.
Yes, because every time we talk about it, because the last time we talked about have we talked about Artemis, you said, you brought up Poop the Bed, and I said, no, we didn't do that on show. We watched that in whatever. So, no.
Yeah.
Artemis is great.
She rules, dude. Artemis always fucking rules.
Dee's a huge piece of garbage.
Dee is so Dennis in this episode. Dee is so vain and just such a Reynolds in this episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like she rejects Ben immediately for being crippled. And then later is like, whoa, what's up with the walking thing? I thought you were...
what's up with the whole walking thing? You didn't tell me about that. But yeah, and the bit that the line delivery from Artemis that really shone for me was where Dee was like, I see he's not crippled, so I'm a swoop in. And Artemis is like, no way, he's mine. And Dee says, if you don't back off, I will have to come at you with like the fullness of my power, something along those lines. And Artemis claps back with, do whatever you want. It won't matter, you stupid bitch.
You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
And then
that's my line delivery.
She walks up to Ben the soldier and immediately starts making out with him. Like immediately. She just slips in.
Yeah.
So funny, dude. Ben the soldier is a treat. I fucking love it every time he's on screen, dude. Every time that he's in an episode, it's so good. Because he's just such a chill vibe guy. Like he's a robot. There's no way he's not a robot.
True. Yeah.
He is a cyborg. Like there's no way. Like Yeah.
Because that would explain the jean shorts. He's got a fucking AI in his head. Like, Frank hands him the jean shorts, like a little present from me and the boys to welcome you home.
Mm-hmm.
And the little like bloop, like a little like gray text box appears that's just like memory updated, like shorts based. Because that whole scene. I love that. I could really not get over. I could really not get over the introduction and the acceptance of the jean shorts. It's because it comes out of nowhere.
Frank's smile when he plays the music, and then he's like,
"Yeah,
there used to be a great tower.
Me and the boys, me and the fellas want to invite you to a wrestling match." And
and he's so ginger with the
and
shorts. He's
like,
so gentle.
I was writing shit down, and you were like, "Salute, motherfucker!" I was like, "Fuck
yeah!" It was Seal was playing.
God. Yeah.
We'll get to cricket.
Fuck.
Can we talk about why there are people there for the final
for the fight
thing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's up in Philly. If they're just like, or hell. Oh.
Okay, I have an idea.
Yes?
This is going to be a combination of shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So me and you have been cranking through What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
We've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. We're on season 3. It's been like 3 days of us watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking. We're really cranking it.
Or cranking through it. And energy vampires are very funny.
Yes.
They're a very good concept. And so that whole
also, like,
scene,
very real. That
whole scene is just cringe and awkward to the max of whenever they come out and start singing. That I have to believe that the audience is some sort of demon version of an energy vampire that is in the cast for that. They're pretending to cringe, but they're actually loving it.
So if that's the proposal, what's the logic behind it? Is the logic behind it that there's a 50-50 split? Half of the people there don't know why they're there and are cringing, and the other half of the people are feeding on those people?
Yeah.
Or is everyone there a demon and all of them are feeding off of Mac, Dennis, and Charlie because they're just like, oh, we look like assholes? That's another line delivery for me. Is the I don't think we're reading as Eagles. No, we look like assholes.
Fuck. But yeah,
interesting.
I think it's just because the audience is just like Philly trash on the outside. They just look like Philly trash that would be there anyway for any other like fight because they go to that same place to meet the Maniac.
Yes, yeah.
Like that's a place.
Maybe
for
everybody
wrestling
there
matches.
Yeah.
So
maybe it was just like
maybe
there's like a bulletin board in that building that shows the Maniac is fighting that night, and people came to see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an understated thing. I don't know how big of a laugh it got from us, but it always, like, just the idea of it makes me laugh. The star spangled banner starts playing.
I pointed this out because I was like, oh my god. Whenever Dee walks out and starts like she goes up to sing.
Oh,
right?
no, because it's like, because yes to that, but leading into that is just the shot of everybody standing up and saluting, and then Dee going, no, not that, and everybody being like, because if the episode is about patriotism, I don't listen. I don't live in a state. I live in a province. But let me just tell you, from what I understand, you don't do that shit. You don't interrupt the. If the people are getting mad at the football boys for kneeling during their favorite song, they're gonna get really irritated by a woman in red saying, "No, not that song at all."
And I just find it funny that she has a cassette with the Star Spangled Banner on one side, and then on the other side is Kissed by a Rose by Seal. and she has to. Do you think that was like
because your evidence
cover,
for that is that she says no, flip the tape over.
Flip the tape over. That's what she says, and then they do it. So do you think that she snuck it in like, oh yeah, play this, and then it's like, oh, it says Star Spangled Banner, of course. Okay, I'll pop that in, and then she's like, no, flip it over. I thought this through. Like, what's the
like a moment of like, oh, you are trapped now. Like because I gave you like because that's the thing. If that was her play, why put Star Spangled Banner on it at all?
Yeah, right. I have no idea. That's so fucking funny.
I'm adjusting my headphones.
Flip the tape over. It's on the other side. Yeah.
There's a funny moment at the very beginning of the episode where they're talking about how wrestling isn't real, and it's very, very simple, but it put a smile on my face as Frank goes, Charlie. I
love whenever he does that. And then Charlie's just like, yeah.
And now, is there anything else to get out of the way, or is it time to talk cricket?
I think it's cricket time. He looks great in this episode. He looks awesome.
Yes, so true. This is like the best he's looked since he was a priest.
Yeah.
Cause like the moment you see him again in
he does look like an extra
he's got the
on 8 Mile, but you know, it looks good for like like he looks like an extra from 8 Mile. Like you could like whenever they walk up to cricket and he's just hanging out with those guys.
Yeah, it's like hair's a little greased back.
You could imagine Eminem in the background with a hoodie on, just like rabbity dabbity, dabbity dabbity. You know, that's what he says.
Yeah, my favorite Eminem lyric.
3 times, I think.
I've never seen 8 Mile.
It's okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
8 Mile Nation is screaming right now, but. They walk up. I love that. I think it counts as a line delivery, but also it's just very funny. Is when the boys are trying to figure out.
It. You be cricket. I'll be the boys. All right, great.
No. Like he's just immediate. He hears them coming.
He turns and looks. He goes, no, no.
To me, the thought it puts in my brain after reenacting it is that the gang rendered him.
Yeah.
Into existence. Like he's a character in a video game that doesn't want to be in that video game. And like they entered it's like a Rick and Morty thing where the world is being loaded around them. And they got too close to cricket and he began existing again. It was just like, oh, fucking, I know they're coming.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Back again.
What were we talking about? Cricket?
That's a double callback.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're talking about cricket.
Your thing of him being like they rendered him into the world and when he didn't want to be makes that episode of whenever they sell the crack, right? The gang gets whacked, right?
Yeah.
With the 3 guys coming up like Reverend and they donate to him, like that makes more sense to me. That little line of like, ooh, NPCs, non-playable characters, fucking AI.
Okay.
So okay, wait.
Yes.
Real quick. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but just like, if Ben the Soldier is a computer, is a Computron, right? What is hell? Like, what are the beings in hell? There's obviously demons. What about machines? Is there NPC characters like that are just robots? Is it like are they in a simulation in hell and they're running the show in that? What is happening? Like what's we gotta like I don't know what's going on, you know?
Real talk. Have you ever been to Philadelphia? Are we sure it's real?
Fuck, you're so right.
What if Big FXX is just trying to convince all the peons down here that Philadelphia is a real place, when in actuality, it's just what's on the show. It's all a production. No, it's a really good question. What is hell? Yeah, like how do you get there? What are the rules?
Because we know, we know that there's so far the mall is our connective tissue between what we believe is heaven, right? Which is
I
family
love that
fight.
visual that you made. The visual you made was fucking awesome.
And then there's hell, and then there's the mall in between, right? Or like, so there's obviously like there's some areas in Philly that are common ground between hell and heaven, right? Which is just the real world, right? So, like, what is the difference? And like, what? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, like, what hell is. I think that we could have cyborgs or whatever. Like, we could have like shit like that.
I was about to say,
What?
What is the war that's being fought? What if it's the demon versus cyborg war?
War that's being fought?
There's two wars? That's crazy.
I like this. Okay,
then let's keep going. All right.
I like the thought that heaven and hell are just like in a Cold War, and they just are like kind of like secretly fucking each other over with like little bullshit things, or like spying on each other. And then there's like other shit that's going on, right? Heaven's probably not in really any hot wars, but hell might be, right? But there's no way of like telling that, and it's just a show. We're digging super deep in, but like,
oh, okay. Wait, this might solve everything.
Oh, and you muted your mic on purpose. You muted your microphone, and you are just not talking. I'm gonna get a drink. You're goofing on me right now. I see.
I'm gonna go. You go cool down. All right, Hotshot. You go. You have fun doing your little goofy gag. I'm going to get a drink. God. Ooh. If I can find some way to incorporate this fucking guy into it all, because he likes the demonic stuff. You could call him a demon. Dimensions too are a thing.
Ooh. Yeah. Dimensions.
Centaurs are mentioned. Yes. Bring it home.
Dimensions.
Bring it home. Yeah.
That could make the Christmas episode where it's animated canon.
Ah. Yes. Because in that episode, he is traveling very fast in a.
I haven't seen that one in a long time, so I don't really remember it. But
he falls out of a car while he's driving the car, and then ends up in the animation dimension. Yes. Sorry, I just thought of stop motion Dennis.
Put him on screen, but mosaic his face.
Stop motion Dennis isn't real. He can't hurt you. Stop motion Dennis. Stop motion Charlie D, Frank, and Mac are fine. Something's up with stop motion Dennis.
God.
Oh yeah. Also, Cricket gets a fatal neck injury in this episode, and that's something that doesn't go away.
His voice for the rest of time. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
He's got a. I mean,
that like effect that they did for that that squib or whatever the fuck whatever blood thing that they did was fucking. It looks great.
I love the It's a very good visual. I love watching. I mean, it sucks to watch, but I love watching Cricket get that big trash can thrown into his neck. Because it had an edge.
Must have been an edge. Must have had an edge.
Shit! Did I get you, Cricket? Like,
just him like looking around, and then it's just Dennis like.
Yeah, every member of the gang. Rob ran away,
Mac ran
and everyone
away,
else is like out of commission. OOC.
And then he's just like, and everyone's fucking happy, and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
We forgot to rate the episode. I'm gonna put that in now before it goes to the thing.
Yes.
I rate the episode a out of 10.
I rate the episode an out of 7. Like, you remembered enough to do, like, oh, we forgot to rate it. But then...
I'll give it a 6.5.
5.
A 7. I'll give it a 7.
5.
5 for you, really? With the
Chief.
trash man?
5 for me, Chief.
Introduction of Ben?
I'm the Russian judge, dude.
Okay.
If you're scared, don't be. Call 123-999 Sunny spelt wrong. That's 123-999 Sunny spelt wrong. This is like as far as I can get. Aww. Ow! Ow!
Yes, there's no noise from that. How are you going to come up?